Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm sharing my screen. Just 1 second. Yeah. So actually, I prepared so many questions, but I never go for directly the as yesterday as it is a demo class. So just I want to know from each and everyone. So that's the reason. So yesterday's class uh, we conducted like a to and fro because we need to know what expectations, everything. But mainly, our focus will be this complete training course. Our focus will be on JMeter only because we are not going for any cloud performance testing. Okay, because again, that is again a one different course. So initially, everyone know like I'm also having some scenario-based questions. Everything, no need to think about. Just think about this course like a refresh course only for you people. Why? Because when you will study also, initially everyone will study the basics initially. Then they will go for some scenario questions and then they will go for some integrations, everything. So similar way for some days, like just we will go for some basics, and along with basics, I will also show you the each and everything. See, for suppose I'm having influx graph on a JMX file, Dynatrace JMeter integration. Okay, so we are having all the JMX files here. Jenkins also I'm having. So there will be no worry. I will explain all the integrations which are related to JMeter. The first question, maybe someone will say that what is a performance testing and why it is important. So anyone can answer. Just as think like whenever you are answering the question, so think this will help you only, not for me. Like anyone can answer what is a performance testing and why it is important.
Or to ensure that system is resilient or not.
Yeah. And still, like for suppose, think as if you're attending for interview. If someone is asking this question, how you will impress that person?
Any application going for the deployment, there might be any changes happens. There might be uh, no, validate that application performance, identify any issues or concern with the changes to the application. So we need performance testing. Mostly we run with that single user only. We do not validate with the multiple users. So when we simulate the multiple number of users, when we try to emulate the real-time environment, uh, we can see that any impact on the application or
Okay. So
any
what impact,
whole.
what is which impacts they are thinking of?
Yeah, like if you have already ran, if it's the first time you are running the application, we do not know that application support that certain number of the users. So we can start with that minimum number of users, then we can add up to the um, uh, whatever the objective is there, we can do that. So if is there any changes happen in the application, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
want to make sure that any code changes or anything, there might be any impact on the application. Like there is a host level metrics where we can
But
monitor.
yeah, everything is good, but actually the answer should be precise. Why? Because they cannot spend more time. You know, in interview, they like minimum time 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Maximum in some, if they are asking some scenario level questions, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour. That depends upon. Okay. So if you can see, for suppose, you can say like this, like performance testing is a type of software testing that evaluates how system perform under various load condition. Yeah, you are explaining very well. I'm not saying, but if we can say, if we can able to say in a very precise answer, Mainly, why we will go for performance testing? Mainly to find the response time, stability, reliability, scalability. So whether our application can able to scale up. Okay, like for suppose response time. Response time means how quickly the system respond to a request. For suppose we are sending a request here. Let me open one. Okay, let it be. It is taking some time. Yeah. So for suppose we know we are sending a request here. This is the request. So when we are sending this 29, the request 29, when we are sending a request to server. So for suppose this is the request I'm sending, and for suppose it is a server, we are sending a request to server, and we will check how faster the response will come to us. So that is the main purpose. Because maybe before 10 years back or 15 years back, the scenarios was different here. When we are, for suppose if page is loading very slowly, we are maybe our generations, maybe we are having more patience. So we need to wait for 10 minutes also, we will wait. Okay, let it come. But now the generations are very fast. If application is not opening for 1 second, so they will close the application. According to the global scenario, 2 seconds, minimum 2 seconds, they will. So very, very faster. They need the applications should be very faster. The response time should be very fast. So not like the generations which are 10 years back or 15 years back here. So these generations are very fast. So that is the reason the performance testing is also growing more and more comparing to the before 5 years back or 10 years back. So every product they are planning for performance testing mainly because of this criteria, as users cannot wait for more and more time. So that is the reason. Okay. Let me erase. Okay. Okay. So that is the main response time, how quickly the system responds to request. Then throughput. Throughput in the sense like the number of transitions processed per unit time. Uh, Okay, so these are the some key aspects here, and also mainly the performance testing will be for responsiveness, stability. Application should be very stable. That is most important, and also whenever we are planning performance testing, we need to ask the dev team or the functional testing team whether application is stable or unstable. Because if it is unstable, we should not go for performance testing. Why? Because again, as it is unstable, na, so definitely the results will be more, some error percentage will be more. Okay, that is the reason application should be stable. Then we will do the performance testing. Again, when we are doing performance testing also, the application should be stable and reliable, scalability. So the scalability means the system ability to handle increased load. For suppose suddenly we are a start for suppose a startup company. They are launching some services, similar to YouTube. They are launching one service. So initially, very few people are opening their application. So no problems, no worries. But suddenly, uh, uh, maybe every user maybe through advertisement or something, everyone is opening their application. Suddenly, the application. So because if more and more users are using their application at same time or within short time, so there may be some problems here. Application may respond very slowly. Okay, or it may be unstable. Okay, or server can be down. Okay, or crash. So anything may happens here. So that is the reason they need to plan. They need to plan initially. So we are releasing an product. We need to know what is our planning, how many, what is the number of users can access our application at same time. So they need to plan each and everything. Maybe earlier days they are not focusing on this more and more, but nowadays because of competition, okay, and every application and users also having very less. They cannot wait for more and more time. So the performance testing area is growing up. And also mainly the performance testing through the tools we are using, maybe JMeter, LoadRunner, NeoLoad. Mainly the main purpose will be to check the resource utilization, like CPU for all the servers, not only for app server, web server, DB server, every for all the servers we need to check CPU graph, our CPU utilization graph, memory graph, disk graph, network usage graph, everything is enough, is compulsory. And also throughput is the business requirement. Okay, this question used to come in ISTQB also, because when I appear for ISTQB performance testing, two times this question came, what is the throughput? Okay, so these questions may also help you in clearing some ISTQB performance testing, because similar to they will also ask. So throughput means the number of transactions processed per unit time. For suppose in a banking application, we are sending a money. So what is their business requirement? In a very less time, more number of users can able to send the money. Then their business will grow. So that is the reason they will check, okay, how many transactions are processing per unit time. So they need to know. Yeah, maybe I explained some more time, but people should able to explain in a very precise manner. Then the interviewer maybe know, he knows, like he is having knowledge. If we are dragging the question, like instead of 1 minute to 3 to 4 minutes, so there is a chance he may have some less interest in thinking of, okay, he's dragging this answer for more time. Just very simple, you can say, whenever if anyone is asking what is a performance testing, just you can say it is a type of testing to evaluate how the system will perform uh, under various load conditions. Okay, maybe the load may be 1000, 2000, 4000 users. Okay, and also it will measures the system responsiveness, stability, reliability, scalability. Okay, like example, I said, na, normal load, 1000 concurrent users. And how this normal load, okay, and peak load, 50,000 concurrent users. So maybe normal days, only 1000 users are accessing their application. And the peak load, like maybe if any, they're planning for some like sale or something. So then 50,000 concurrent users. And also the performance testing will ensure the site remains responsive and doesn't crash. That is the main purpose. If application will crash, so definitely they will lose more and more money. I think we have seen so many examples. Okay, I will explain in one of the class. I will show you how much amount of money some products have lost here. Okay, because of not doing performance testing properly. I think recently, if any, like for suppose not only for the new application, if it is an old application, if application is in production, if they have added some new functionality, they need to do performance testing. Come, okay. Why? Because we are not sure because of that functionality how the application will behaves here. Okay, and we cannot do the trail and error process. Let it be go to production. We can check if application will be down. We can check. Then they will lose more and more money. Okay, so that is the reason performance testing is most important criteria nowadays comparing to earlier days here. Any query on this, like related to this question, or anyone wants to add any one more line or from what is your view on this question?
So we'll be doing performance testing in performance environment, right? So also like when we do a manual testing in the dev environment, then we'll be jumping into our testing environment like that. So we'll be doing the performance while the APIs are getting ready in the dev environment. Like any like early performance engineering we'll be doing, right? So anything like that we'll be stepping as a performance tester, we'll be stepping into the dev with sitting with the development and testing like a unit testing like that we'll be doing.
Yeah, actually nowadays, see, maybe in earlier days, performance testing used to do in the very last stage. Okay, if any errors will come or something, if any bottlenecks will come, it's very difficult for them. But nowadays in agile, okay, so we are doing whenever one functionality they have done, we can do performance testing for one functionality also. But the criteria should be whatever the environment we are doing performance testing, that environment should be replica to production.
Hmm.
Okay, that is the one criteria. Why? Because if it is not replica to production, again, so many problems will come. Maybe we will do the testing. Again, these bottlenecks may not appear in the production again. So one criteria, whatever the environment, maybe dev or performance testing, but this particular environment should be replica to production environment.
But as you told, right, see, in the agile, right, like we'll be having a 2 week sprint. Okay. Take an example. In this 2 week sprint, we'll be having a 5 to 6 models. Okay. So developer will, in the first week, developer will develop this 5 to 6 models, and then it will come to the testing. As a manual tester, we'll be developing, we'll be testing all these 5 to 6 models, like a sign up, login, or anything like that. Once the all the testing has done from the functional team, once the all the models are fine, then only the performance we'll be doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, functional testing should be done. Otherwise, we cannot do.
Correct. So, but when actually this performance testing will happen, because first week the development will over, the second week the complete what the testing will be done, the functional testing will be done. If anything bugs, we'll be raising and they'll be fixing. Okay. So by the time we cover all this, the sprint will be over. But when actually this performance testing will be done, in which phase?
Yeah,
Whether
that is the
after
problem. Yeah,
Once the
that is the main.
application becomes stable, then the performance tester will come into the phase. Then the performance testing will be done. The application should become stable first of all. Once the developer develops the everything module, then the tester tests the functional testing. Then after the application should become stable, whatever they developed and whatever we test as a functional tester, then the performance testing will be coming into the phase.
No, actually, sorry, I'm interrupting. It depends, right? Then what about shift left approach? Nowadays, performance is starting, right?
Yeah,
From
when it comes to the API testing, as
Mhm.
you said, once the API module is being done, if using the JMeter tool, we will just test for that API testing, right? Or the Postman. Or using the Postman or using the
Mhm.
API for the API, we just test it and just that the API should be perfect. Even the application or the API or anything, once the application or whatever the development is done perfectly, and once the testing is done for that one, the performance testing will be coming into the phase.
No, but you mentioned that once then things are stable, right? Then only performance testing can be
Yeah, if
started.
the API module is done by the developer means that means if the testing is done for that for that module, then that means that it is stable in that environment. It might be a development environment or in the companies. Where every organization have its own testing environment or development environment. There will be a different environment called production environment. In that production environment, each is replica to the real users. Here when it comes to that place, when it is stable, I mean that one. When the application is stable, that means when the testing is done, almost the application feels that every organization feels that the application is stable for that. Because if we don't get any internal server error pages or anything other pages, the application, because which does not impact the development, should not impact the other pages. Whatever already present in that organization, that module should not impact the other modules.
Yeah,
That
correct.
means that is the application stable means.
But
Once
actually, it
the
depends on multiple factors and requirements, right? Like
yes.
if your project is asking you to be involved, starting with the profiling, right? Then even if the APIs are not ready, you will be aligned with the development team to help them in
Yeah.
profiling as a performance consultant.
Meanwhile, as per my experiments, meanwhile we will do some collection of non-functional requirements, NFR, test script, test plans. So all these will be prepared. Mean as per my experiments, that was
Yeah, that is compulsory. NFR and PT
yeah,
static. It will take more time.
yeah.
So otherwise, like see in ISTQB also when we are writing exam, so
Mhm,
there are two. One is static and one something dynamic. In
mhm.
static review, we need to this NFR PT strategy documents will come. So
Yes.
in static in the sense like we need to know exactly what concurrency they're planning and
Mhm,
what is their throughput, critical scenarios.
mhm, mhm,
We need to understood each and everything initially from
mhm.
the application.
Yes.
Then we will get some knowledge. And as you said, na, that is also very good question, good answer, because
Mhm,
if the sprint is very tight,
mhm,
so less time, so then they can go for some API testings.
mhm.
Already the APIs are developed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because a full scale load testing cannot be, because in the very less time, full scale they cannot do. But
Actually, see what in a real organization, whatever it happens, see as your experience or my experience, see real time environment will be 3 or 4 week, 3 or 4 sprints back of the development stage, right? So if we are in the here in the organization, if we are in the sprint 5 for that particular application, then the real time environment will be like sprint 1, right? So there will be some backlog of between the real time
yeah,
environment and the organization environment, right? So production environment. So based on that, we will be doing in that phase. As per my experience, I feel that in that phase we will be doing this one. I don't know exactly if I am not wrong. Please correct me. Yeah.
yeah, that depends upon like the from project to project and from this
Yes.
they
Yes.
will change it. Okay, if some projects na they may give some more time for performance testing, but some they will not give. Within one day they will give and they will ask do the performance testing very urgent.
Yes. Exactly.
So mainly that is the main actually he's saying that okay in theory everything is good but in practical they will give us very
Yeah.
less time.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is the problem we will face initially comparing to for manual testing and automation testing. They will give
Mm.
more time for them, but initially they will give very less time for us. That is a real time.
Yes, we get a very less time. Even yeah, testers get very less time when before the sprint to getting closed within last 2 3 days. We need to test everything and give it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
day and
agree
night we
with
need
that.
to check. We need to do the scripting and we need
Yes,
to run. But
So,
yes,
before this, we need to
Suresh,
check.
what is
Yeah,
your answer? Like if interviewer asks like how do you manage like that
yeah.
with
Already as
provide that
yeah, yeah. So already they said
the
like you need to mention that. So when like either there's a chance they need to give some more time for performance testing, or in interview you can directly say in one of the project because of less time they given to us from early stage we manage it to do performance testing for critical scenarios or APIs which are fully developed. So this way we can able to explain them.
Okay, okay, thank you. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once, as said, no, like once the five, once it is completed for some around 5 sprints, maybe we can plan. They need to give some time again for in one sprint. They need to give for performance testing. Then we can do for full scale performance testing also. That depends upon. So, but we should know we need to say in a very single line. Yeah, in one of the project because of less time they given, we focused on critical scenarios from the early stage, and we have done performance testing for the APIs which are developed. So in this way, like only not only one answer, different answers may come.
I try to engage with that application team well in advance, and we will let them know that we try to get that when we are getting that requirement documents, right? We try to see that what is the uh, uh, production deployment date. So based on that, we proceed with that
Yeah, planning.
performance testing here. In case if it's a very crunch time, we will let them know in advance that the duration of the time is not enough. Make sure that to either to delay or plan for something.
Yeah, that everything I think in NFR discussions and PT strategy also, these discussions will happen here.
Yep,
Yeah,
sure.
okay, yeah, thank you. That's the reason I'm like, see, I'm not only teaching only one side. I'm because whenever any questions will come now from you, from others' experience, different answers may come. So that's the reason I given some time. Okay, then one more question. Explain the different types of performance testing. Any like any answer from?
Stress testing, load testing.
Yes. Yeah, that is one answer.
Yeah, initially, like,
stress,
yeah.
Yeah, stress.
endurance,
Yeah, endurance.
Benchmark.
Yeah, benchmark, okay, but we could also go for like volume testing. Okay, mainly these are the main testing answer. These are the main. Yeah, benchmark is also, but that testing maybe in books they will not give like in theory. But like we can go for like load testing. Load testing means normal expected load. Like we need to check the production logs, maybe from 1 year or 2 years or 6 months. What if we are having the production logs here? We need to identify the peak day. Then again from the peak day, we need to identify the peak hour. And for this peak hour, we need to check concurrency. Okay, and that concurrency, for that concurrency, we need to do load testing here. Okay, based on the peak production logs, if the product is in production. Okay, so if it is a new application, then maybe the technical architects or managers they need to give us the concurrency everything, comparing with some other applications, some competency applications. That is other thing. But normally load testing will be for normal expected load. And coming for stress testing, why they will do stress testing in the sense, as I said earlier, one new application similar to YouTube, they have designed one service here. Okay, they kept app server, web server, DB servers, everything, and load balancers, everything properly. But they need to know, okay, currently, okay, if 1,000 users are accessing application, okay, it's very good. But they need to know in future if suddenly 3,000 users are accessing our application, what may be the reason? Our application will crash. Okay, so they will go for the stress testing here behind the normal capacity. So slowly they will go, not suddenly. Initially, the 1,000 is okay. 1,000 perfect good. SLAs are good. Response time is good. Okay. Then see the CPU memory for all the servers are good. Okay. So then they will start increasing from 1000 to 1500, 1200, or 2000. So slowly they will check the resources, everything they will check, and the reports they will check. If any errors are coming, okay, any timeout errors are coming or any 502 errors are coming, whatever may be. So just beyond the normal capacity. In some cases, in some of the books, they will say we need to do stress testing until the application will crash. But maybe in real time, we may not go. Just we will increase the concurrency level more than load testing. Then coming for volume testing in the sense large amount of data. Okay, for large amount of data, if we are
Yeah,
having
hi, sir.
large,
Suresh, sorry to interrupt.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So you are when you are speaking about the stress testing, so just to please highlight how will you perform stress testing in JMeter?
yeah, yeah. So definitely, I will explain you. Okay, because as of now, just I said, no, like how many uh, just how many different types of performance testing. I will explain parallelly. Okay. Just spike testing means suddenly load increases, and endurance testing will be extended periods of time. So in JMeter, as I said, now in JMeter, so just go to thread group here. As I said, just you can go for 1000 concurrent number of users. Ramp up period you can give. That depends initially. Let it be. I will give ramp up period as 200 seconds here. Okay. Then loop count will be infinity. Then specify thread lifetime. Maybe I'm running for some just as a for 300 seconds. I'm not running for half an hour or 1 hour. Okay. So maybe these criterias I got from the production logs. My concurrency was 1000 concurrency. So I'm planning for 1000 concurrency. And rather workload modeling, everything we will do that depends upon. Okay. For giving the timings and spacings, everything we will do. But as of now, according to this question, so if now I know my load, my peak hour in the sense like because I need to check each and every day. I need to check each and every the logs, production logs. I need to check. Maybe on the day one, maybe 500 users are accessing my application at same time. That is a concurrency. Here, number of users, 1000 in the sense, the number of users at same time. So 10,000 users are accessing the application at same time. And ramp up, why we given ramp up in the sense, I will explain like, okay, slowly, why? Because suddenly I cannot give, I will explain all this. So in from the production logs, we need to identify like what is the peak day. And from the peak day, I identified 1000 concurrency. So we can do. Now coming for, uh,
No, that is not my question. Actually, I will ask my question again.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean to say how you will perform the stress testing in JMeter. Means, yeah, this is the one way, but do you think this is the ideal way to do the stress testing in thread group, or we can use some plugin to do
No,
the
that
perform
plugins
the
also see that plugins also will be there, but plugins will consume more memory. For suppose you can, we are having so many plugins here. Ultimate thread group, okay. So concurrency thread group, so many thread groups. This ultimate thread group is the final ultimate one. Okay. From here also we can do like for we can add some rows here. For suppose here, I given 1000 concurrency na number of, and I given the startup time as 200. Okay. The load time I given something like 300 seconds here. Okay. So these all things I will explain. But as of now, because I need to cover some questions like in interview, if someone is asking how to answer them, that's the reason I'm focusing on this. Okay. For suppose this ultimate thread group also you can use this plugin. And so in some interviews they may also ask how to download the plugins here. Okay. For suppose you can go for a plugin manager, plugins,
Yeah, this
JMeter.
way, definitely I agree with you that we can perform stress testing in the ultimate thread group, but the best practice that we can use the stepping thread group for the stress
Yeah, that is also,
testing.
yeah, yeah. Stepping thread
That is
group
the
is
best
also very good.
practice
Yeah.
here.
But actually, this is also very good. Stepping thread group, I think, yeah. Yeah, this is also best practice only. It's very good. But what will happen now? Mainly the plugins will consume more memory. That's the reason. In some cases, we can also go for normal thread group. If our, for suppose if we are having more and more, our load generators are having more memory and more CPU. It's very good. We can use plugins here. But sometimes because of plugins here, out of memory issues may come. So that we need to manage.
Yes, Suresh, this stress test and step up test is different, right? Stress test, we try to add that like a peak load usage is 100 users. Stress test, I try to add that 150%, like a 150 users,
Yeah, yeah.
200 users. But step up test, we try to ramp up certain number of users and keep stable for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and add more number of users, uh, like that.
Yeah, actually, what they are saying, the stepping up thread group. So slowly the number of concurrency may increase, and uh, so he's telling that in stepping thread group, we can able to increase the slowly the number of threads here. Okay, so that is okay. That is one way. Or otherwise, the other way, as you said, 150 percentage, we can increase 150 percentage more, and we can just in normal thread group also we can keep the number of users, and we can check. Just our purpose is not whether we are using some plugins or something. Just our purpose is whenever we are increasing the number of concurrent number of users, like how the generation, the reports are coming. Any 502 errors are coming, or any error percentages are increasing here. Okay, or CPU and memory percentage is increasing here. So this is what we need to manage. We need to check. Maybe in one class, I will explain all this thread group also with examples like everything. Okay, because we are having so many thread groups. But if anyone is asking what is a plugin, for plugin also we need to explain them. Like for suppose, as I said, but if you can learn ultimate thread group, that is very good. For every load testing, it will have that will help us. Okay, so this is the custom thread group. Just we need to download these plugins here. Just we need to download these plugins, and these plugins we need to keep in the JMeter bin folder. Okay, not sorry, not in bin folder. Just we need to go for the lib folder. In the lib folder, we need to keep some jar file, and est file. We need to keep some jar files here, similar to the like for suppose as I said, na, like okay. Where is that file? Yeah. See here, for suppose you can see in the lib folder one jar file. This jar file we need to keep it in JMeter lib folder. Again we need to open est file. These two jar files we need to keep it in JMeter est file. Exactly how it is looking. Then we need to restart. Just we need to go to JMeter. Then we need to go for file, and here restart option will be there. Here restart option will be there. So then only it will reflect here. Okay, I will explain about all this, like everything. But as of now, if someone just in interview, like just if someone is asking what is the different types of load testing, just we can answer them. Yeah, load testing according to the peak load analysis we will do. The stress testing we will do to check the maximum number of concurrent number of users our application can able to withstand. Then volume testing, just to check whenever we are sending a large volumes of data. Okay, and so then we need to check like a batch jobs. If any batch jobs are like we are running, okay, maybe in that case, large amount of data can transfer. So we can go for volume testing and spike testing. Spike testing in the sense like suddenly, for suppose, suddenly the number of users, like I'm not giving any ramp up period. Actually, what is a ramp up period? Let me explain you. So for suppose, not like this. It's better we can go for ultimate thread group. for ramp up. Okay, for suppose I'm not given any startup time here, just a given zero. So as a given zero, you can see we have not given any time. Suddenly 1,000 users have came. Okay, for suppose suddenly like someone has joined my course on the day one itself. I started giving some high level scenario questions and high level answers. Maybe it may take some time to understood, but if we can able to explain slowly, like in the class, like for suppose whenever think about in a classroom, some students are coming. Okay, on from day one, so they will not go for teaching everything. Okay, otherwise, why this class wise will come? We are having 24 hours. If we can spare 24 hours in a day, okay, leave about 8 hours, 16 hours, we can complete one course. So no need to wait for 16 days or 1 month. So we can complete the course within 16 hours if we are sitting for one day. So many times I will think, Arey, why to spend 1 hour daily? I will spend 16 hours in a day. But that is not a possible. So slowly we need to learn 1 hour. Learning one small concept in a day also will help us. So what is happening? I need to know the spike testing. Like maybe suddenly one sale, we are going for one sale. Uh, I will say that. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. the sale will start. So definitely all the users will be before the mobile phones or before the laptop. They will try to log in at same 10 a.m. So more number of users, spike will happens here. Suddenly spike will happens here. So if suddenly the spike will happen, there is a chance application may crash or application may be down, okay, or slow down. Okay, that is the reason they will also check the spike testing also. And definitely, it's not compulsory to do all the testings before because that much time also I'm not sure we may have. We need to check with the team. Okay, what testing you are planning, and we need to check the application also. Okay, so what is their application, whether it is an e-commerce application or banking application, or we need to check based on the applications. We need to think about the testing. And as a endurance testing also, no need to go for every application. For suppose if it is
If I
gaming,
have a query over
yeah, yeah,
the spike testing, then what is the use of the synchronizing timer?
yeah, synchronization timer also we can use in the spike testing. That is one way. For suppose we are having a timer, na? Okay, here what is happen? Synchronous timer means for suppose one maybe I need to as I said some the sale is going on. Okay, suddenly this many users will come and will lead to the application. So this synchronous timer will also help us. For suppose I will give 2,000 here. Okay, timeout we can give, or we that depends upon. For suppose if I need to wait for some time, not suddenly. If I need to wait for some time, like 20, some that depends upon 20,000 milliseconds. Okay, this particular time period it will wait. The timer will wait. Once the timeout will happens here, all the 2,000 users uh, will run the application at same time. So it's similar to LoadRunner also. I think one option is there. I forgot now. Similar to synchronization timer in LoadRunner also.
AJS point.
Yeah, yeah. Someone said.
Yeah, that is RenderJS point.
Yeah. Range yeah. In LoadRunner, similar to this synchronization timer only. Okay, that is one way. Or in thread group also, we can go for zero ramp up. Then also we are not giving any ramp up period. Na? Suddenly the spike will come. Or in ultimate thread group also, I will show you the design. In one class, I will show all the designs here for load testing and spike everything. Okay. And endurance testing also. Like if it is a gaming application, 24 hours, someone will open the application. Someone from the across the world, someone will open here. So then that's the reason we need to check. Or endurance testing, we need to also go for suppose on the in first year the application is running very well. Second year, slowly the application is going down, like response time is getting coming very high. So then we need to check, maybe some memory leaks are happening. Okay, so we need to know why in first year applications was running very well. In second year, why it is slow. So that's the reason. In that case, also they will go for endurance testing to find out if any memory leaks are happens okay. So because of memory leaks, also the response time may increase, and there's a chance out of memory issues may also come in future. And scalability testing. I've seen someone like directly they will check, they will record the application, and directly if someone will say do the load testing, they will directly run for 1,000 concurrent number of users, and they will show the report. So many errors are coming. Why this error? So that's not a practice. We need to increase the load gradually. We need to run for 100 concurrent number of users, then 300. So we need to check. We need to compare the CPU, memory, graph, everything, DB queries. Okay, if possible for each and every testing, we can generate the DB reports also. Okay, if the CPU or memory or DB CPU is very high, so that depends upon or we can also go for, if it is a Oracle application, we need to download the AWR report. If it is a Postgres application, we need to download the PG Badger report. So then we need to check which queries are taking more time and anything, or so that other scenarios. So
This
just
step up test comes in scalability testing.
yeah, scalability testing, we can also go for step up. That plugin we
No,
can,
no, that step-up test, right? That will comes under scalability testing.
yeah, step up only. Slowly you're stepping up, na?
You mean? Okay, right. That's a
Yeah.
scalability test.
Maybe the name got changed. That's it. Uh, so because slowly, why? Because suddenly we cannot go for the more concurrency. Slowly we need to go, and we need to compare all the reports, and this way. So if someone asking in interview, just answer them. Yeah, we are having different, we are having around uh, 6 types of load testing. Okay. So load testing, stress, volume testing, spike testing, endurance testing, scalability testing. Don't explain them again, because they may know. If they will ask you what is a volume testing or what is a spike testing, then explain them. And if they're expecting any show me how you will do spike testing, okay, then you can explain them. Okay, this is what spike testing I will do. Okay, definitely I will show you all the scenarios in the maybe in coming class. Okay, by using ultimate thread group, or I will also plan for other thread group also. Okay, I given you the example also. See, the load testing, 10,000 concurrent number of users in normal business hour. The stress testing, find maximum concurrent number of users to the system breaking point. So actually, why they will go for stress testing in the sense, if they know the number of users may increase in future, uh, okay, whether this particular setup, the app server, DB, this memory, everything, is going to survive that many number of users. Okay, because otherwise, again they need to invest some money, na, in buying some again additional environment here. Okay, so that's the reason they will check. Okay, to reduce the cost cutting here. And also maybe nowadays someone are going for Azure also, cloud platform also, but there also cost involvement will come here. If we are suddenly if suddenly response time is very high, or application is not is very slow, then we will increase the number of servers, but the cost will also increase. We need to check initially this performance. We need to explain them this performance testing can also help you the cost cutting. Okay, if we will find out any bottlenecks here, so we need to explain to the team properly. Initial, that is also main. Actually, some people they're unable to explain to the team what is the importance of performance testing. There also they will lag here, and they will say, yeah, it's just a testing to check how the application is working. but we need to explain them. There are so many advantages. We can able to decrease the cost cutting. Okay, and so we need to explain them. Okay, then before going for what is an Apache like okay, what is a JMeter? And I think everyone knows. Okay, JMeter is a tool. Okay, and what are the key components? Okay, yeah, let me explain you. JMeter is an open source performance testing tool designed to check the performance of the product. Just a single line answer is enough. I'm not saying to explain only this line. Everyone will have their own answer, but speak confidently. Okay, if you're not speaking confidently, you may think maybe he's not having more real-time experience on this particular tool. Okay, so whatever may the single line answer, whatever, if we are speaking confidently, he may not ask you some other questions again. Okay, he will think, yeah, he knows these basics. I will go for some high-level questions. Okay, so whatever the answer, we are always keep pinpoint answers. Don't explain more and more. If there is asking, we can explain. That is my view. If you are from your experience, also you can share. Okay. Now the key components. Initially, test plan. I said in JMeter, this is the test plan. This test plan will contains all the elements here. Then coming for root elements containing all the test elements here. They're coming for thread group. Thread groups will stimulate the number of users and define the load pattern. So in thread group, we can able to design the load pattern here. How many concurrent number of users, what is the ramp up period, and loop count. Okay, so thread lifetime, everything we can, or in ultimate thread group also, we can able to design the scenarios here, or stepping thread group, or so many thread groups we are having. These are all thread groups. Okay, that depends upon the particular uh, model. We can go for this. I think open model, I think I have not do this POC on this, but this is also one for like recently from the 5.6.4, I think this model came, this thread group. Anyone has done on this particular open model thread group also? Maybe if you can share your experience. Then coming for samplers. Samplers are like sending request to servers here. Like if you see open the samplers here, so many samplers will be there. Like but most of the products like we will go for HTTP request. It is one sampler. In this sampler, your server IP server name will come, port number will come, protocol will come, and path will come. And whether it is get request, post request, or options, delete request, patching. Okay, so manually we never do. When we are recording, it will come. So no need to worry about this. And content encoding, port number, everything while we recording only it will come. And also like these are some of the options here. Follow redirects option here. Okay, if any redirect will happens here from one request to other, maybe internally from request to other request, some redirects may happens here. And use keep alive option. This particular request should keep alive. Okay. Okay. Otherwise, like if we are removing this, maybe there is a chance this particular request may not alive. Okay, and use multi-part form data. So whenever we are uploading any videos or any files or any image files here, okay, this option will come automatically. This option will come whenever we are uploading. And also, it is one question. If anyone, while we are uploading any documents or something, so whether we need to upload directly from any folder or we need to keep this uh, image files or something in JMeter somewhere while recording.
I think we should keep in this bin folder.
Yeah, so that's the rest. Okay, so we need to keep in the bin folder. Yeah, thank you. So just we need to keep it in the bin folder. So before uploading only, for suppose I'm uploading it some files here. Okay, I need to keep it in bin folder. Then I need to record the application. Okay, then this option will come while we recording. This option will come. So no need to worry about this option. And browser compatibility address. Okay, this option will also come. And parameters, when we recording only, the parameters will come. Like for suppose you can see this example. I think because of this, yeah. Okay, see these parameters are coming here. These parameters. Okay, if it is a body data also, sometimes the body data will come. Maybe now it is not coming. All the parameters are coming here. Okay. So if it is a body data will option will come. But I need to remove these parameters. Then only this option will come. Either parameters or body data, any one will come. Both will not come here. If you given the body data, parameters will not come. If we given parameters, body data will not come. And file upload. Whenever we are uploading any files, here the path will come. Okay, so these are the options for HTTP request. And also one more option is also there, the advanced option. Uh, so whenever we are going for some load testing, either we can go for HTTP for client 4 or Java, that depends upon, okay, or connection timeout also. Sometimes JMeter will wait for some time. Okay, so then we can also give some connection timeout, but no need to give for every application. Okay, if any issues are coming, timeout issues are coming, okay, in the report, so then there's a chance by giving this connection timeout, that particular timeout issues may decrease. And retrieve all embedded resources. This is one more option here. Retrieve all because we know, for suppose if I open one of the application here, I think this is also one demo application only. This is page source. Sorry, instead of inspector. Yeah. In network tab. So whenever I refresh this page, so this is the main request. Okay, some you can see these fetch. These are all some main request here. Some image files, and you can see these are all image files here, media files here. Okay, JS and CSS. Okay, so JMeter cannot work exactly like a developer tool. Okay, why? Because mainly the JMeter purpose is not for front end, for back end only. Okay, to check mainly the CPU memory utilization levels here for all the servers. That is the main purpose. But sometimes to work exactly, not exactly, approximately. I cannot say exactly, approximately like a developer tool. I need to retrieve all the resources here. Okay, not only the main resource, I need to retrieve all the resources here. Then I need to keep this option here. Retrieve all embedded resource, parallel downloads, and for the Chrome, we need to keep six, because in Chrome, six resources will parallelly downloads here in Chrome. If it is a Firefox, I think its option is 8. Okay. So, see, this is one sampler, but we need to learn about this sampler more and more. Then, if you can know about this sampler, then it's better. If any errors will come, we can able to manage here. But I've seen so many people, they will not go for this retrieve all embedded resources. Just they will run the application. Just they are testing only for the main request. That's it. They're not testing for all the requests here. Only for main request only they will test. And in that case, in you can see the load time is only 5.43 seconds here. The response time from the server, but the finish time is very high. See, you can see Okay, I think is it okay, na? So the finish time is very high, the 30 seconds here. It's very high. Why this finish time is taking more time comparing to the load time? Anyone can answer?
All resource loading time.
Yeah, all the sources. Yeah, because it will wait for until the last resource here. Okay, which is loading, which is taking more time. Okay, you can see. Let me close this one. You can see some resources are taking more time. 2.17 seconds here, 1.99 seconds here. Okay, so they are taking more time here. It will wait, and like for suppose whenever we are testing only for the backend, only for the main request here by removing this option here, we may miss request may also take more time. So just we are keeping this option so that JMeter will work exactly approximately to developer tool because of this option. And one more, URLs must not match and URLs must match. This is also one more option we can play with because whenever I'm doing performance testing, some third-party APIs will come. Okay, because of like Google APIs or something. If the third-party APIs will come, then differently in the report it will show like error percentage, and maybe they may ask why this third-party APIs are, and third-party APIs anyway they will not run in our environment, na? Okay, because of restrictions or something. So then we need to keep this URLs must not match here. Then whenever we are doing the performance testing, that particular third-party APIs or by third-party request here, they will block here. Okay, in the report it will not show. Okay, in this way we can do. And also one more option is also there. No need to, if someone may ask me, I need to do HTTP, all these configurations, everything for one by one request here, it will take more time. There is one option here. We can go for HTTP request default. Okay, it's like a default here. Whatever you will do here. For suppose I record while recorded only, I give an HTTPS. You can see in other request, nothing will come, blank will come. Why this blank is coming here? Because this HTTP request default, we given HTTPS here only. Then all the request will take HTTPS from the default only. Okay. And while I recorded, I given example.com. That's the reason everywhere the server name is coming. Okay, but when I recorded, if I given the server name as exactly like this, okay, so exactly like this. So there is a chance, okay, if I given like this, then in other request, everything will be blank here. Okay, so then there's a chance for suppose if someone will say, don't go for UAT, go for some dev environment here. So then no need to change everywhere, each and every request here. Directly you can change it here. Okay, so this HTTP request default will also help us to do all the settings. Okay, default for all thread group here, for all the thread groups here. Okay, here itself you can go for advanced options here and you can keep, and everywhere the embedded request will come. Okay, and here itself you can give the port number. Path, I think no one can give because the paths will change. For each and every request, the paths will change here. So that's the reason path we cannot give. Only we can give the protocol, server name, port number, content encoding, this advanced level options here. Everything we can do all these settings here. Yeah, anything. That's the reason. Okay, and the only I explained only one sampler, but we are having so many samplers. If someone, if interviewer, if they will ask you, like, on how many samplers have you worked? So then you need to explain them. Yeah, I work on HTTP request. Debug sampler also I use it to do in my particular application. Anyone can say what is debug sampler? See, sorry, I'm asking questions. Everyone is professionals, and I know everyone is attending this course to brush up and everything. And also, that's the reason I'm asking question. Otherwise, I will not ask.
To get more clarity, like where our script is failing,
Yeah,
each and step.
yeah. Because mainly, see, when I add a debug sampler, na, when I will do the correlations. Okay, this is pre-processor. Uh, okay, I think I'm not having in this script. I'm not having this. Okay, let me show. See, for suppose I think I should have. Okay, so tomorrow I will show you. So whenever we have done the correlations, okay. So before doing correlation, I should not replace exactly. I need to run for one time, and in the debug sampler, I need to check. In debug sampler, I need to check. Okay, not here. In the view result, I need to run for one time. Let me run for one time. Okay. Just a given ramp up 0 only, that's it. So there will be no issue. Okay, I will take only 5 more minutes. Okay, because I take an extra 10 minutes.
I think you're given 300 seconds.
Yeah. But I given here loop count 1, na? So it will take 1 only. It will not take this 300 seconds. If I given infinity, then it will take for 300 seconds.
Okay.
Or one more, without doing this changes every time why I need to change, then you can have one more option. Just right click on thread group and validate. Sorry. Okay, maybe it is running now. It's not showing now because it is running. I think let me one thing. What I will do, I will disable some request here. You can press control. It is very simple. Just I want to show you about debug sampler. Na? So I will disable everything. Either you can have option like here disable, or you can have one more option here toggle. So everything will disable here.
Or you
Okay.
can do Control T.
Yeah, control T. Maybe I will not use that command. That's the reason I forgot. But mainly I will use this option here. It's very good. Thank you. Control T. Yeah, in debug sampler, see, you can see everything. It will come. Here, which user I'm running. Okay. What is the host name?
Suresh, your voice is breaking.
Okay, everything it will show here. So mainly the debug sampler, if it is okay. Now it is fine.
Yeah, now it is fine.
Okay, maybe I will from tomorrow I will ask them to turn off the TV. The Wi-Fi connection is getting down slow. Okay, I will resolve this issue from tomorrow. So what is happening? Just you can say the debug sampler, like whenever we are doing correlations. Okay, for suppose I added one correlation here. So tomorrow I will show you how to add correlations, everything. Or let me check any script is there. Yeah, registration scenario. Okay. I think this all scenario. Okay, because recently in JMeter course I started this completed, but at the end I taken this integrations part. So these correlation scripts are not coming now. So tomorrow I will show you definitely. So, but if someone is asking, you can say like debug sampler will help us to check to debug all the issues before going for load testing. Like to know how the script is running for one user. or 2 users. Okay. So this way the debug sampler will help us. So tomorrow I will show you what this debug sampler will works here. And JSSR sampler I will explain you. In Groovy scripting I will explain you. Okay, about this sampler. Flow control action is also one more sampler. I will explain you about this flow control action also, because this flow control action anyone use in any project. That depends upon like scenarios, like if you like for suppose if any issues are coming in the particular thread group, then they want to break the current loop here. Okay, or they need to pause it. Okay, or if any issues are coming, they identified some issues are coming in the load testing, they can stop it. Okay, in the current thread. So this flow control action may help. Okay, I will explain more on this. Then I think graphical QL HTTP request is one more similar to HTTP request only, but here queries will also come and variables. Only small thing is variables will come here, query will also come along with the similar to HTTP request only. Everything is normal. Okay, but here there will be no body data, only queries will come here. Then JDBC request, that's most important. Like I will explain about this JDBC request when I will explain you about the JDBC performance testing. Okay, here we need to write some queries here. Okay, for running a particular query, I need to write the query and I need to select which query type I am using. Then I need to have variable everything. So this sampler also you can explain them. Yeah, just I work with a JDBC request. Okay. I think JUnit nowadays we are not going for JUnit. Java request also not that much. That depends upon. Okay. Then remaining all are like very less, but depends upon the application usage here. I will explain about all this like SMTP. What is this SMTP sampler? Okay. Maybe I cannot give you the whole configuration, but where this particular samplers will works here. But in interview, no need to explain everything. Just we need to explain them. Most of the projects which I work, uh, the projects which I work are mainly for HTTP request, and also I have done. I use JDBC request also in one of my project for doing the JDBC performance testing. So this way we can explain them. But moreover, they may check your fundamental knowledge. Just what is the sampler? So just you need to explain them. Yes, samplers are for sending a request to servers here. Okay. Remaining things, I think tomorrow I will explain all this, listeners, timers, everything. Any other queries from anyone from
Yes,
today's
Suresh,
class?
I have. Please come to the JMeter.
Yeah, yeah. Let me. Sorry, I will share my screen. Just 1 second. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so as I can see that you have added a user-defined variable, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So please come to test plan now.
Mm.
So what is the means? Is there any specific reason to add user-defined variable? Because in the test plan also we can use, right?
Yeah, we can use in test
So
plan also. We can use.
is there any specific reason that global something like that?
Yeah, yeah. Test plan always global, na? So actually, if, I thought like explaining tomorrow about all this. Okay, it's very good. You are asking now. Okay, actually, na, like thread groups are like for scenario type. Like for one scenario, like for suppose I'm having registration scenario, I can use one thread group. Login scenario, I can use one thread group. Okay, if we are adding a user-defined variables here, this all config elements will come here. Okay, I will explain tomorrow. So if I add user-defined variables below the thread group, so this user-defined variables only for this particular thread group here. Okay. And also you can also add user-defined variables in the test plan level also. In the see in LoadRunner also you can see global scenario. Okay, everything similar way. So whatever uh, So whatever changes we are doing in the global
No,
scenario,
my question is that what is the best practice we can use in test plan, or we can use some.
it's better using the user-defined variables here, because again in test plan, okay, it will come for it's like a global scenario everywhere. It will reflect here. Okay, and also one more. Here you can see the three options, na? Run thread group consecutively. Like for suppose there is a chance, in one of the application they will ask you, I need to run registration scenario initially, then I need to run the login scenario. So then if you will keep this particular option, consecutively, the in the time in the meaning consecutively means one thread at a time. Initially one thread will run, then the second thread will run here. But most of the time we never go for this option here, because the main purpose of load testing to check how the users are loading our application parallelly, okay, from all the scenarios here. So but if any chance you can go for this particular option, that depends upon the scenario, your business requirements here. And functional test mode, like if you keep this functional test mode here, the JMeter will work similar to functional testing, like for finding the bugs or something. But this is also not necessary, I think, for this tool. Already we are using automation tools here.
Suresh, one question. I wanted to ask this question later, but you are mentioning the scenarios, right? This
Yeah,
thread group means the each scenarios. So
yeah,
my doubt is, let us say in our application, any banking application or any application, right? There are 15 to 20 scenarios. Okay, so for that 15 to 20 scenarios, I should prepare in under one test plan 15 to 20 thread group.
yeah,
Correct?
definitely you need to keep, because
So yeah, so that is or else we should divide that scenarios into multiple .jmx file, or entire
that is.
application it should be under test plan, one test plan, correct?
Yeah, in one test, because see, the main focus is we are not testing for, like in functional testing, we are testing for one functionality. But for whenever coming for performance testing, we need to run for whole product. We need to check for the whole product. So you need to combine all the thread groups here under one test plan. But if you want to manage like for login scenario, and the URL is something same, then maybe I will explain you about the logic controllers in future, like what is a module controller, what is a switch controller, throughput controllers. Okay, these things may help you. Okay, for suppose a module controller. So I can reuse the same module again in other thread groups here. Okay, I will explain all this.
Sure, sure. Okay, that's my point.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So definitely, but you need to keep all the thread groups in one test plan only. But don't do all things at one time. Initial create you can prepare 15 JMX file. Okay, do all these recordings, everything. Scenario wise, you can prepare. Do all the recordings, and you need to keep assertions, timers. Okay, everything you need to keep. Okay, and correlations. The script should run at least for 5 users or 10 users properly. You need to run manually. You need to check for 10 users whether my script is running fine.
Okay,
Okay,
each scenario you are
for
mentioning for
yeah,
each scenario.
for each
Okay.
scenario, for 15 JMX files you need to create initially.
But
Okay,
Suresh, like when we doing the load testing, right? We should do load testing for each scenario or for entire application, like whenever
for
we
entire
completed.
application. For entire application.
Or we'll not do load testing for each scenario, right?
Yeah, for each scenario, how can you know? Like, for suppose I'm doing load testing for one
Yes,
scenario.
but I don't agree with you, Suresh, that we will do the load testing for complete application, because in the NFR we are going to test for the particular modules only. Okay,
Yeah,
not for
but
the
here
complete application. Like
that
suppose
is
that in one application, 20 modules are there. Okay, but we are not going for the load test or any type of test for the entire application. We are getting the selected modules which is affecting to the business.
yeah, that is okay. See, I'm saying about the scenario, but according to you, for suppose you are running for only one module, but servers are common. The app server, DB server, and web server, all are common. Okay, how can we know if we are running only for one module? How can we know? Because the resource, the utilization graphs, everything will be very, they will
No,
show
no, no.
very
I am not
normal
saying
way.
that for one module. I am saying for that, suppose that 20 modules are in the our application. So we should go for the 10 modules or 15 modules, which is critical or the business. Some
Yeah,
because
critical
some of
scenario. Yeah, critical scenario. That is actually I missed this point. Okay, I'm not for all. See, initially I want to explain like the as a structure manner, na? Because as we are having very less time, so I thought like when I explain about single user, I need to explain. Yeah, only we need to select the critical scenarios only, not for all scenarios. Okay.
okay, if you
Yeah,
give me
thank you for
permission,
guide.
just 2 minutes. I want to hear from the Neil side. Neil, do you want to add some point on that?
Yeah, actually here there are two cases, right? As you mentioned, right, Piyush? So there can be 20 scenarios, but for example, we selected 15 out of 20 for the performance, correct? So as Suresh mentioned, we can run all of them 15 all together to do a end-to-end performance. Also, we can do a individual level performance as well. So it depends on a project requirement, right? Like for example, you have completed the module level performance, and then now you are targeting the end-to-end performance where you will be indulging all the scenarios all together at the same time. Like for example, you are going to run a 5 hour test or 6 hour test, right? In that case, you will be running all the scenarios in parallel or as per the business requirement, how these things should be executed. For example, one XYZ module executed for 15 minutes, right? And then when 5 minutes left, then the second module is started. Correct. At that time, for a 5 minute of time, both of the scenarios, or maybe more than five scenarios, are running parallel. So these kind of scenarios we test in end-to-end performance.
Yes, yes, I do agree. But the Prithvi asked that entire application is for testing
No,
or for.
no, that is the statement, right? End to end means the whole application means that how it is expected to be run on production. That way we have to simulate, right? So that was the intention of question, I think.
Yeah, maybe I missed the critical scenarios. So that's it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there will be many components, right, where which you will not be touching in your script, but behind the screen, those will be called by the APIs or by other components. Correct.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, like you need to identify all the critical scenarios and identify keep all the JMX file independently. At end, if the script is running fine for 10 users, no issues are coming. Okay, we need to check. Then you can go. We are having option here, merging option. You can we can merge all the JMX file into one JMX file here.
And one more thing, Suresh, actually, there is one request, right, and one suggestion if you can take.
Yeah.
So you are actually means you are picking some components of JMeter, right? So I would suggest like come up with a problem, like this is the problem that can be asked in the interview questions, and this is the solution, right? So and just to save time, right? Because you mentioned 10 days, or maybe if you will extend it for a 15 days, right? Then I think the way and please don't mind, right? I'm just giving a suggestion. So this way, if you will try to cover, right, I don't think so we will be covering lots of things in 15 days even. So what you
Yeah,
can
so
miss,
definitely because
we can
as
come
it
up
is.
with a one problem and then we can explain that. And one more thing, you can exclude few normal things, right? I think whosoever joining this session, these sessions, right, everyone is aware that what are the basics of JMeter. So those things I think you can exclude. It is my suggestion, but it is up to you and others.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I need to check with others also. If everyone is okay, directly I can go for scenarios like or some solutions. Uh, but as it is a day one, I thought like, okay, if you someone, maybe one person or two persons, they join, they know, they need to know the basics here. As someone initial said, like LoadRunner experience, but JMeter they want to know from the fundamentals. So that's the reason I thought like, for 2 days I need to explain each and everything. What is JMeter? They need to know about this tool properly. That's the reason I taken more time also. So, but
Yeah,
scenarios also
yeah, correct.
I will
Yeah,
prefer.
correct. I understood your point. But for example, if I never get a chance to work on LoadRunner, right? So first I will learn LoadRunner and then I will join a session that is that is
Yeah, they
uh,
also know. They also know about JMeter, but what is happening here? They need to know, like if some fundamental questions will come, like they may know, if they may not answer, so maybe they may lose the job again. That is a very fundamental questions. So
okay.
that's the reason I'm planning like like initial we are having more time, so no issue. But see, directly if I will go for scenarios, maybe someone may not understood properly.
Okay.
uh, if
Sure,
they
sure.
like some like give me some classes to me, if I'll explain all this properly, like what is the correlation, how to do correlations, everything, then directly we can go for some scenarios, or you can come up with some scenarios here. So like that will be very simple for everyone. Like scenario also we can go, so for suppose design a performance testing for e-commerce checkout process, or some scenario I'm having some around like around 30 scenarios with me. So we can check.
And
There will be no issue
and
with.
one more doubt if you can help with, right? So as you are just showing a one scenario, correct? So let's say you are explaining this scenario that how to simulate this in JMeter. So you will be having a script for this, or you will be just giving the overview that how to simulate in JMeter. So what
script
will
in
be your
the
approach?
Script in the sense like for some applications, so for some things the scripts may come, but for something, for suppose some control like how do you do test a microservice, I cannot bring a demo application here. I need
No,
to
no, no,
explain
no,
them.
no. That I understand.
Yeah,
But this,
some for some. If for suppose if e-commerce application, maybe
yeah, yeah. That's
I may
why I
not
asked the
record.
same. Just stop here. Like design a performance test for an e-commerce checkout process, right? So for this, you have a script.
Maybe right now I'm not having script, but we can design, no problem. See, just only what is the let it be like for suppose year old we can
No, no,
design what
no.
is the thread
Actually,
groups we can have.
there is an intention. Sorry, I'm interrupting, Suresh. Actually,
Yeah, no
I don't
problem.
want to deviate it. Just for my interest, I'm asking this. Because let's say if you will be giving an overview, right? So in overview, things looks simple and means like you are just explaining. Okay, I will say yeah, understood, correct. But that should not be a case. Practically, a person should understand. Okay, if this scenario I have to simulate, right? How I can simulate in JMeter, so that you will be showing on a screen. That I want to confirm.
Okay, I will check it. If okay, if any with some demo applications, if it is possible, I will do before the
No,
class.
even if you will not be executing, then I am fine. But
Yeah, yeah, I
this is a
understood.
JMeter,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah,
should be visualize, okay, how you are mimicking this
yeah, yeah. So
scenario in
definitely.
JMeter.
Yeah, definitely. What I will do now, like before the class only, if I will identify some scenarios and I will do the script. Maybe if it is not running also, maybe that may not run.
Yeah, correct, correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So I
Execution
will,
is not a issue.
yeah,
Correct,
yeah,
The
correct. Yes.
thing, yes.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I will do this one.
The visualization is important, Suresh, rather than for the execution. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, yeah,
Correct.
I
Yeah.
will do this. Okay.
Yeah, one last question from us. So are you going to cover function helper concept also? And how
Yeah,
many you are going to?
yeah, functional helper definitely I will do. That is yeah, okay. This functional
Not
helpers,
that. Oh, yeah, yeah. There is shortcut also. Okay, no
yeah,
problem.
shortcut also we can do. Yeah, from here also
Okay,
we can.
yeah. So how many means if you can have a list of that or all the you are going to cover?
Yeah, not maximum. I will cover. I will try to cover maximum, but not everything. Okay, these are all very simple only. Counters
But
we
I
can
doubt,
cover.
sorry, I'm interrupting here, but I doubt these things are being asked in interviews. That
No,
Yeah,
no, Neil, actually, this is being asked. That's why I asked. Because what is the use of the counter? Okay. And how you will do the UUID? So I think this is one of the important question for the
no, no,
interview.
no, no. That I understand. That what is the use of UUID, right? That can be asked, correct? But function helper specifically, no one will be asking, I think, correct? Because
yeah, they will not ask.
UUID can you can use from here. UUID you can use from directly putting the function in the in your property file or where in your uh, sampler or wherever it is needed, right? Correct?
Yeah, for suppose let me like you see one of the project we have written some Groovy scripting for encoding some username and password. But later we came to know from functional helper also we're having this encoding and decoding option. Just only this functional helper will reduce our work. No need to write the programs. Okay.
No.
Yeah, for the random if you want to generate some random value also, we can use this function helper,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
So
definitely
that
we
is,
need to use
uh,
because for suppose if it is a random, where is this? Random date. If I want to use random, because maybe the script I recorded for today, tomorrow it may not run.
yeah,
So
so
then,
that is the,
yeah, yeah. That scenario you may ask directly, as Neil said. Directly they may not ask. They will ask like the script. I recorded a script on this current date. Tomorrow it may not work. So what I need to do? So then we need to explain them. Yeah, we can use one of the option is there, random date. For suppose you can use go YY. Then you can also go for some small d.
yeah,
Then
in
we
that
need to generate.
lots of scenarios being the asked. So, for example, suppose that if I want to see, suppose I prepared one script and I given that okay, today's date, whatever the script in the time shift means the time is there, the duration is there. But in the future, if my clients want to do, so we can this one we can mention that the time shift function and lots of things here.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
definitely, I will
they
make
are
the
asking
scenarios on
exact
this.
function names.
Sorry.
Piyush, because recently I think you went through a couple of interviews, right? So they are asking exact function names.
Yeah, yeah. So suppose that they are asked that, okay, what is the time shift and where did you use? For example, I am just giving the one name, but yes, it's being asked in Neil.
It is
And they
strange.
are giving directly scenario that, okay, suppose that I have some date in my script, I have some date. So how you will do the parameterize and all.
Okay.
Okay.
If they're asking, then we need to explain them this one. Okay, so definitely I will cover all this.
So
I will
yesterday
show
I
you.
have asked you about the weekend batch. So is it possible phrase for weekend batch?
Weekend batch, I'm not sure because first time we taken this one. Maybe we are not sure. Maybe after 1 month, 2 months, if it is okay. We are also not sure about this. Let me check. Otherwise, can you check with Isha Training Solution? Maybe can you check with them?
So on the
If you
same group, right,
Yeah,
Piyush,
in the same group. Yeah.
there is a person, Kumar sir, right? You can tag him and ask.
Yeah, but the majority will be there, then it's possible because what's happening, Suresh, that okay, interview will be on the Monday to Friday only, any day, right? So if you conduct Saturday, Sunday to 2 hours, so they will get to know they will be it is in our head only. Okay, so it will be useful and we get
Yeah,
some
that
time
depends.
because
Yeah.
in the business hour, if you are teaching, we need to go back to our work also. So might be we will not get extra time on that, but weekend that will be useful and we
Maybe
can get
that
a
depends
time for
upon the
practice also.
batch also. Like if everyone, I'm also not sure, na? Because batch should enroll everything. That depends upon their timings.
Yeah, but if majority people will say, then I think it's possible.
Yeah, if
Okay.
majority people will say that is possible, then. Uh, so I will check. If anyone like maybe I will check with the ones with Isha training solution to check with them who have enrolled, who is interested for enroll for this course.
Yeah, there is a
Okay.
voting feature in WhatsApp, right? You can open that uh, and people can answer.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah, yeah,
great idea, I think.
yeah. I will check with them. Okay.
Neil, I think you also can do that, right? People will vote for that.
But still, the authorized person will
Because
do that will be good, right?
yeah, I will check with them. Once I will check with them
Yeah.
because I think today I think Prithvi, Ganesh, I think others.
No,
Let
if
me
you go
stop
to
the
the
recording.
WhatsApp, Suresh, so there is a one poll section is